So tell me about how you handle disagreements with your manager.
Oh, it gets ugly.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Sorry, that was a joke. But my boss and I don't get along.
In any interview, you can expect to be asked many different types of questions. Some will be specific to the role you're applying for and will test your skills and industry knowledge. Other questions are behavioral or personality-based and will gauge how you respond to challenges and what kind of person you are overall. While no two job interviews will look exactly alike, many of them will include some of the same questions. In this video, we're going to review 3 common interview questions that might trip you up if you don't prepare for them. But don't worry, we've got you covered.
I'd love to get a sense of how you approach challenges. Can you tell me about a time you disagreed with your manager at work?
Recently, my boss proposed a solution for a key client of mine that I didn't agree with. Part of the problem is that my boss likes to remain big picture and doesn't understand the client like I do. I told him this during an internal meeting with the team because I wanted others to back me up. He didn't take too kindly to that.
Oof, Adrian was right. We can't stop disagreements from happening, but we can control how we respond to them. By asking this question, the interviewer wants to see how you respond to conflict. They care much less about whether you were right or even about what your ideal was. They want to see that you have strong communication skills and high emotional intelligence. But Adrian doesn't seem to have either of those things based on this story. Let's rewind and imagine Adrian had done this situation differently at work.
So tell me about a time you disagreed with your manager at work. What happened?
Recently, I disagreed with my boss regarding a solution that he had for a key client of mine. Rather than question his thinking in front of everyone, I shared my perspective in private.
That's so important. You'd be surprised how many people give feedback in public.
Totally. I would never put my manager on the spot like that. Anyways, when we spoke, I was sure to back up my opinion with concrete examples. I also made it clear that I respected his idea and I just wanted him to have all the information.
I'm sure your boss appreciated that.
Now that's a better story for an interview. First of all, Adrian said he gave the feedback in private, which demonstrates emotional intelligence. He showed that he was professional and respectful of his boss's thinking. It was super smart of Adrian to reference the examples he gave his boss at the time that backed his thinking. Whenever possible, you want to show your interviewer that you know how to back up your strategies with data or concrete examples. Well done.
If you're looking for a new job and you don't have the Indeed mobile app, you're seriously missing out. Click the link below or search Indeed in the App Store.
So it sounds like you've had a really great experience at your current company, which is awesome to hear. But is there anything different that you'd like to do in your new role?
I'm just really lucky. I think I'd do exactly what I'm doing right now in a new role. I'm just ready for my next challenge, and I want to recreate the success that I've had here.
Are you sure nothing comes to mind?
I totally understand why Adrian answered the question this way. He might be worried that his answer will make him seem weak or bad at his job. After all, you want to be impressive in an interview. And how can you be impressive when talking about things you do differently? Well, let me tell you. None of us are perfect, and hiring managers don't expect us to be. Adrian missed a valuable opportunity here to demonstrate self-awareness and his ability to change. Next time, I'd love to see Adrian identify a specific lesson he learned in his career. Let's run it back and see how he does.
Is there anything you do differently in your new role?
You know, about 6 months ago, I had the opportunity to lead an exciting new project. I was overwhelmed with my current workload at the time, so I turned it down.
Well, it's good to know your personal limits.
Really, I'm glad you said that. Ultimately, I wish I had said yes and just asked leadership for assistance reprioritizing. I learned from the experience. And when new leadership opportunities arise, my boss and I work together to reprioritize my workload. I'm really looking forward to bringing this fresh mindset to my next role.
Well, thank you for sharing. We're really looking for candidates who are honest about their areas of improvement and are always looking for ways to improve in their role.
Yes! See how self-aware Adrian seems now? His commitment to his personal growth is frankly inspiring. And it seems like the hiring manager was also impressed by his open and honest answer. While you prepare for this question yourself, remember to be honest, focus on the lesson you learned, and most importantly, how you're committed to applying that lesson in the future.
I'm really enjoying this conversation so far. Now, on to my favorite question. What do you think success would look like in this role?
Success looks like different things on different days. It's hard for me to answer that question clearly. It's definitely something I would connect with my manager about right away on the first day, just to make sure we're on the same page.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think it's definitely a good idea to talk with your manager. But I'd still love to drill into this more with you right now. What do you think success would look like in this role?
I empathize with Adrian. This is one of those questions that seems kind of simple, but as soon as you're asked, you get tongue-tied. Next time, I would love to see Adrian get specific. It's an opportunity to flex his knowledge and show how he read the job description. I'd love to see him cite some of those key responsibilities and give examples of how he's crushing them in his current role. Let's see Adrian try this again with that in mind.
What do you think success would look like in this role?
Right, I've got this. Based on the job description, success in this role means bringing in new revenue. Now, last year, I grew my book of business by 25%. I did this through dedicated outreach, maintaining relationships with internal stakeholders, and keeping core values top of mind during my interactions with clients. I know hitting numbers is essential to success in this position, but I mentioned collaboration and staying true to my values because that's how I define success in work and life.
Sounds good.
Night and day, what a difference. It was smart for Adrian to include those sales numbers and also to tell us about who he is as a person. All in all, the interviewer is seeing a lot of green flags right now. Remember, while no two interviews are exactly alike, you'd expect some of these common questions to pop up in most interviews. For tips on how to answer other common questions in the interview process, watch more mock interviews on our YouTube channel. Good luck! Like and subscribe for more interview tips and tricks.
Sorry, that was a little joke. But my boss and I don't get together. Wait, my boss and I don't get along.
Oh.
Let's go back to the one.
It's actually scary.
Oh, good. I wanted to.